How's it going, guys? Hank here, right back at you with another short video on the Review and Preview Sports YouTube channel. And folks, as always, don't forget to give us a follow on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, if you want to see more short videos like this, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below. Give us a like, give us a comment. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions are on the subject matter at hand. And breaking news, the Atlanta Braves have traded for first baseman Matt Olson from the Oakland Athletics in exchange for four minor league prospects in Christian Pache, Shea Langeliers, Ryan Cusick, and Joey Estes. Now, looking at this trade on the surface, I think the Braves got a really good first baseman in Matt Olson. He's a two-time Gold Glover. He is a really good home run hitter, and of course, he's made an All-Star appearance, and coming back home for him to his home city in Atlanta, Georgia, should be an absolute thrill. And I think definitely he's a good first baseman. If this was any other team, I would be pretty ecstatic at the idea of getting Matt Olson. He's a guy who the Oakland A's obviously got rid of, and we look at who the A's got. Obviously, this is a team that's in full rebuild. You're getting an outfielder in Christian Pache, who is one of the best fielding defensive outfielders in their minor league system, and you're also getting a catcher in Shea Langeliers, who I believe was ranked their number 2 prospect, and a pair of pitchers. So it's a trade that could very well work out for both sides. And on the surface, if it wasn't for the circumstances, I would call this a win for the Atlanta Braves. However, why do I think this is a bad move for the Braves? Well, it's not so much that they got Matt Olson. It's the fact that they are possibly going to it's the fact that with the acquisition of Matt Olson, this now essentially means that they're going to be moving on from their longtime first baseman and face of their franchise in Freddie Freeman. And, make no mistake, based on all the moves he's made over the past few years to get to put the Braves over the top as World Series champions, it feels weird for me to be criticizing general manager Alex Anthopoulos. But with that having been said, let's take a look at the big picture. You had a first baseman who had been with the Braves since they were probably well before they were World Series title contenders, since they were an absolute joke of a franchise. And he, and along with a slew of other young talented players on the Atlanta Braves, helped turn them around, make them and become a World Series champion. And at the end of the day, as great as Matt Olson is, you don't replace a guy like Freddie Freeman. Beyond just the numbers, which very well could end up landing him into the Hall of Fame when all is said and done, and could end up resulting in him getting his number 5 retired once his career is done, which is obviously a long ways away, but you get the idea. You're also you're losing a guy who was a leader and the absolute glue of that franchise. And if you're a Braves fan and you're really upset, hey, I don't blame you. And here's the thing about that bothers me the most. The Atlanta Braves potentially are lowballing Freddie Freeman because they offered him about, what was it, a 5 or 6 year contract. He wanted that extra year into his contract, probably for security and probably because of all the money. Considering all the team-friendly contracts that they had given out to most of their lineup, and considering how they kept that World Series team together, this honestly makes no sense, and it is absolutely shocking and mind-blowing to see. And, and then you look at the ultimate worst-case scenario. Freddie Freeman is most likely to be going to either of the 2 big market teams. He could very well go to the Yankees, which personally I would love that. I think he would definitely make the Yankees a better team. Or if you want to know the real worst case scenario for the Braves, he could go to the Dodgers, who, as we know, are going to be competition for the Atlanta Braves, who would be competition in their quest to repeat as World Series champions. Let's say Freddie Freeman wins a World Series title or two wherever he goes. That's going to come back to haunt the Braves for years to come. And not to mention, you weren't going to get rid of anybody in order to keep Freddie Freeman. Let's suppose the 4 players that they sent over to the Oakland Athletics become all-stars and or even Hall of Famers. Then that's going to make that whole... You're telling me you were willing to make that trade, but you weren't willing to pay up an extra few $100 million just to keep around your star and then possibly risk losing him to a rival? That just makes no sense. And I'm really shocked. I know the Braves have done a great job in building their team, but that's just one move that for me will not make any sense for a while, unless of course Matt Olson matches or even comes close to matching the production of Freddie Freeman. But folks, that's all I really have again for this video. Once again, if you like what you see, please don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, if you want to see more short videos like this, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below. Give us a like and give us a comment. What do you think? Did the Braves make a big mistake in letting Freddie Freeman go? Do you still think they did okay in at least getting Matt Olson? How do you feel about their chances of competing for a World Series title years down the road? I'll say this. I still think the Braves should be the team to beat in the NL East. I know the Mets have really good pitching, and I know that they have a decent lineup. But with that being said, the Braves still have plenty of their team intact. I still think they're going to be a threat. But in any event, that's all I have for today. I'll be back again with another short baseball video within the next day or so. But until next time, I'm Hank and Dichter, and I'll see you guys later.